We are live streaming and recording now, so we are good to go.
Okay. We'll call this regular session to order Wednesday, August 5th. The time is 7 p.m. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, and I'm also going to get back into reading our city council mantra before I open it up for visitor comments. So this is something that we did in our council training that I adopted and got away from, but I'm bringing it back. So number one, I am a city councilor and as an advocate for quality and effective city services. I will do what I can to promote cost-sensitive and professional services to city residents and visitors. I will do what I can to promote safe environment for business and families. Number two, it is my responsibility to contribute to the stabilized environment for the city. I am an opponent of uproar, dissension, and conflict. I believe in cooperation. Number three, I believe in routine. The greatest gift I can give city residents is to provide services that are predictable. Number four, every comment I make and every vote I cast will be motivated by the question, what is good for the city residents and visitors? Number five, what I want for my family is what I want for all patrons of the city. Number six, I will champion the city. I will compliment and reinforce often. I will suggest and recommend when necessary. Number seven, I will support a majority position of the council. I may not agree, but once a vote is taken, I am with the others. Number eight, I will never come to the council meeting having made a promise to an individual or a group. Number nine, at all times, I will remember I am a city official whose purpose is to serve and represent others and to act on their behalf. Number 10, courtesy is the rule. I will not break the rule. Number 11, council meetings are business meetings. It's not entertainment. It's not social hour. It's not question and answer session. It is a business meeting. And number 12, I am busy. Other councilors are busy. The city staff and administration are busy. Everyone is busy. At this meeting, I will do what I have to do. I will do it as fast as possible. I will respect the time of other people. So with that, I will open it up for visitor comments, and please keep your comments to 5 minutes or less.
Mayor, we do have Patrick who would like to speak. I will go ahead and unmute him.
Yep.
And thank you. Should be less than 5 minutes. And Mayor Scholl, I'm really glad that you have returned to those statements. I think it does show citizens the seriousness with which you and the other council members take your position and your responsibilities. And I think it's not only a good reminder for yourselves, but for anyone who would be participating, public included, in these meetings. So I was glad to hear the statement again. Just 3 quick comments about some of the items from the work session. Want to express my full support for the fund request by Claire Catt for the Dolly Parton Imagination Station. I guess that's kind of a no-brainer, right? And it does so much good for our community. So I just like to voice that support. And I also support that agreement with the National Park Service and inclusion on the Lewis and Clark Trail. I particularly appreciated Councilor Carlson's comments regarding the importance of making sure we keep in mind the bigger picture and that it's not just 2 men who are exploring, but the impact it had on the indigenous residents and all the other folks who have contributed to the history. And just one suggestion, I know as a possibility, I know at the last Arts and Cultural Commission meeting, they were discussing the canoe that was made at the bicentennial, and that might be something that really somehow finding a way to incorporate that canoe in a public work of art would certainly be a plus for inclusion on the trail. It's a beautiful piece of work. I know that Councilor Locke was involved with that. I think even captained or was a crew member in a journey in retracing Lewis and Clark's steps. So I think that's just a jewel, and so I support that agreement with the National Park Service. And the last has to do with the additional COVID funds. I think I might have already sent you an email about this, but particularly looking at ways to support the school district in terms of providing broadband access, hotspots, maybe even the purchase of some of those wireless hotspots and things to support the school, and childcare. So many of our families are impacted by childcare, and as I was just in a web meeting with Representative Bonamici, who describes childcare as the oil that drives the economy. If we're going to have an economic rebound in this country and even our local community, good quality childcare is so essential. So if there's some way you can consider providing that, that would be terrific. So just my comment on those three items. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. Okay, other visitor comments.
I do not see any other comments or raised hands.
Okay. Ordinance, final reading, ordinance number 3254, an ordinance granting to Flat Beam LLC the right to construct, operate, and maintain telecommunication services in the city of St. Helens, Oregon.
Move we adopt ordinance number 3254.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve ordinance 3254. All in favor? Or actually, I'm gonna go roll call. Councilor Locke,
Aye.
Councilor Carlson.
Hold on. Aye. Sorry, I was muted.
That's all right. Councilor Topaz,
Aye.
and I am an aye as well. Okay. Ordinance number 3255, an ordinance vacating a portion of South River Street right of way.
Will we approve ordinance 3255?
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve 3255. Councilor Locke,
Aye.
Councilor Carlson,
Aye.
Councilor Topaz,
Aye.
and I'm as aye as well. Okay, resolution 1897, a resolution in support of the City of St. Helens, Oregon participation in a partnership program with Lewis and Clark National Historical Trail.
Move we approve resolution 1879.
Second.
97.
Yes, 97.
My bad.
You want to,
Corrected as 97.
yep. Okay, and a second by Topaz. So there's been a motion and second to approve resolution 1897. Councilor Locke,
Aye.
Councilor Carlson,
Aye.
Councilor Topaz,
Aye.
and I'm an aye as well. Okay, approve and authorize for signature. A, Mall Foster Alonji work order authorization for professional services related to industrial park grading and drainage plan. B, extension of agreement with Tim Sue Hald for Police Department Administrative Assistant. C, contract with Antonia Doggett for artwork on library Dropbox as recommended by the Arts and Cultural Commission. And D, contract payments.
Move we approve and authorize for signature items A, B, C, and D as read.
Second.
Okay, motion's been
I
made.
have a comment, please.
Seconded. Yes. Go ahead, Councilor.
On item A, Mo Forster was supposed to, in the last two operations they had with us, have public meetings. That was one of goes back to our illegal
Oh, no.
executive meeting, and the next
Did
one,
I just lose you guys?
Nope, we
No.
got you, Rick.
and the
You
next
shut up.
one is the report on the core drilling and technical measurements of the lagoon. They were supposed to come up with public meetings describing their results. We haven't had those yet.
Well, that is correct. We haven't done the public engagement piece of that. There's been a lot of work done on that. They're putting together right now a virtual open house to go live at some point here, but we'll check back in with the council on that fairly soon.
Okay, so that has not been abandoned.
Oh, not at all. No.
Okay.
Oh, I've been picking on him.
Good.
I've been asking the same question, Steve.
Yeah,
Thank
we want
you.
to do public engagement, but we want to do meaningful public engagement.
Yeah, I've been asking the same question, Steve.
Okay, good. Now you can,
We did
Now we
lose.
lost the mayor.
Looks like he's coming on.
Back. Are you gonna hear me now?
Yep.
I'm back.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh. It said limited and I went to my settings and was able to get back in without even logging in. Holy cow. Okay. So what was the question, Councilor Topaz?
Finished.
This is just about drainage and
no, this was about the previous public meetings that were supposed to have been given because they've had two major contracts on doing stuff, and part of the contracts were public meetings. And John just explained that they're putting together the presentation, but it hasn't been done yet, as compared to being abandoned.
okay.
So
All right.
motion made and seconded.
Yes, motion made and seconded to approve and authorize signature A or 6A, B, C, and D. Councilor Locke,
Aye.
Councilor Carlson,
Aye.
Councilor Topaz,
Aye.
and I'm an aye as well. Appoint to city boards and commissions. Who do we have and what's going on? Is there anything, Kathy?
I've got a budget commission appointment,
Okay.
and I'm gonna, Rachel, can you turn your mic on? Unless Kathy knows.
She's gone.
This is Michelle
Oh.
Damas.
Damas? Okay, Michelle Damas to the Budget Committee. That's a nomination to put her on the Budget Committee.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to put Michelle Damas on the budget committee. All in favor, or Councilor Locke,
Aye.
Councilor Carlson,
Aye.
Councilor Topaz,
Aye.
and I'm an aye as well. Consent agenda for acceptance. A, Parks and Trail Commission minutes dated June 8, 2020. B, Planning Commission minutes dated June 9th, July 1st, 2020.
Move we approve consent agenda for acceptance, items A and B.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve consent agenda A and B. Councilor Locke,
Aye.
Councilor Carlson,
Aye.
Councilor Topaz,
Aye.
and I'm an aye as well. Consent agenda for approval. A, work session, executive session, public hearing, and regular session minutes dated July 7th, 8th, 15th, and 14th, 2020. And B, accounts payable bill list.
Move we approve consent agenda for approval, items A and B.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve consent agenda A and B. Councilor Locke,
Aye.
Councilor Carlson,
Aye.
Councilor Topaz,
Aye.
and I'm an aye as well. And then we have a couple other orders of business before we do our reports. One was the Dollywood, Dolly Parton Library. Claire Cat came and asked us for,
I have a question about that.
yes,
Because this is like year 3 and we've never been asked for money before. So why this year? So I'm just curious.
probably more of a need this year than other years.
I just was curious where their funding went because I was like, it was surprising that it went on the other years and they didn't ask us for money. They just came and told us about it. And now it's like, oh, now we need money. So that just struck me strange.
There also a
I've
large-
unmuted Margaret if she would like to speak.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can partially answer that, I think. In the first year, we got some grants from Oregon Community Foundation and from Ford Family Foundation. We may have even gotten one from the Cultural Coalition. And so I think there were some efforts to get some larger grants in the beginning, and I'm not sure necessarily that we can reapply for some of those grants. And those kind of got us started, and we've over time extended our funding requests out into the community. All the service clubs have contributed all along, as well as the Friends of the Library groups around the county. We've started to ask businesses as well. So it's just I think an effort to just gradually build our base. Claire mentioned go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just, because I knew it had been going on for a while and we'd never been asked for money before. So I just wondered what changed.
Yeah, I
Well-
do think she did mention it. I do. I think I kind of remember her presentation. Okay, so it's a great program. I'm going to recommend that we take $1,000 out of council. What do we call it? We're not calling it here.
Community Support Fund.
Community Support Fund,
Community Support Fund.
I should remind the council that this current fiscal year, the amount of funds that are in there is $10,000
for the whole year, and we've
for
started.
the whole year. Previously, last year it was $30,000. This was a vast reduction as one of the reductions we made in this upcoming budget year for the fiscal year.
How much did we spend?
You'd have to give
No,
me.
in years before, we had 10 grand and nobody went to LOC conference, so we didn't spend hardly any. So I'm just wondering, when we had 30, how much did we spend?
So
You would have to give me about 5 minutes to
I'm sorry.
pull up a report.
well, I mean, we can make it really. The fiscal year is just starting, so
We're just going into COVID time and it's like,
We are, with the budget of $10,000, I just want to be cautious with what other programs and support you may get throughout the remainder of the fiscal year.
Yep.
And so if you decide to give 1/10 of that amount to the
yes, you got.
books right now, it may impede some of the support that you're able to do later on.
Matt, do you have an idea how much we gave away last year off the top of your head?
Not off the top of my head, I'm pulling up a report right now. If you'll give me about 25 seconds.
24, 23.
Challenge accepted.
Five, four, three.
$26,857.80.
Okay. Let's go ahead. I'll retract that and make a motion to donate 500 to
Second,
Dolly Parton Library Fund to the community action, or not community action, United Way.
yeah.
Yes. Okay. So a motion's been made and seconded to approve the community fund grant of $500 to United Way. On Councilor Locke,
Aye.
Councilor Carlson,
Aye.
Councilor Topaz,
aye.
and I'm an aye as well. Okay, and there was something else that I asked to be put on what we were gonna vote on. And I said, I don't think it was dollar stuff. I think it was just something that we decided we were gonna push up, and I forget what it was.
There were 3 specific things, Mayor.
Okay,
One was the Corona relief funds recommendations from staff.
yeah,
The second is the utility adjustment for the customer that had a leak.
that's what it was. Yep, yep.
The third one is the police ad hoc committee for the feasibility police station.
Okay. So let's go with the police ad hoc. Discussion?
You need it.
Yep.
We
I
need
thought it
a
was-
committee like yesterday, so.
I thought it was a good balance that you had on there, so of ad hoc committee, so. Somebody want to make a motion? Go ahead.
Move we direct staff to move forward with the ad hoc police station committee.
Second.
And motion's been made and seconded to have staff move forward with the ad hoc committee. Counselor Locke,
Aye.
Counselor Carlson,
Aye.
Counselor Topaz,
Aye.
and I'm an aye as well. Okay, and then the other one was to,
Water leak.
yep, water leak would be
I
to,
move we adjust the leak along staff's recommendation to their average bill prior to the leak.
Second.
and motion's been made and seconded to approve the water leak and adjust it to staff recommendation. Counselor Locke,
Aye.
Counselor Carlson,
Aye.
Counselor Topaz,
Aye.
and I'm an aye as well. And then lastly was what, Matt?
The Corona relief funds
Yes,
as recommended by staff.
I would like to make a motion that we follow staff recommendation, provided there's a follow-up update end of September, first part of October with what we know then.
Second.
okay, motion's been made and seconded to allow staff to go forward with the Corona financial with an update in October. Counselor Locke,
Aye.
Counselor Carlson,
Aye.
Counselor Topaz,
Aye.
and I'm an aye as well. Okay,
And where are we on that? Are we not doing the resolution that John did?
oh,
Conclusion
so
statement?
I'm getting ready to do that in my report, Jenny.
Okay, just checking. That was the
Absolutely.
only thing on my mind.
I'm going to show people resolution, if you can see that, 1842 was adopted on April 3rd, 2019. And it reads as, whereas residents of the city of St. Helens live in a multicultural community of people from many places across the country and across the globe. And whereas the city council and staff are committed to recognizing the dignity of all its residents and the diverse contributions of both immigrants and not native born. And whereas the politics of division, isolation, and hate have no place in our community, as well as city council, or as the city council and staff of the city of St. Helens, we recognize that all people are deserving of assurance of basic principles of equity and human rights guaranteed to all persons by our Constitution and Bill of Rights. Now, therefore, the city of St. Helens resolves that the city council and staff of the city of St. Helens stand with our community in supporting the principles of fairness, dignity, and acceptance, and that these core principles commit us to promoting a peaceful discourse with all members of our community, and that we reject the politics of division and isolation that fan anger and hate against any person or group. And that was adopted April 3rd, 2019. So in a memo, what's that, Councilor Topaz?
You need a motion to renew it or just,
Nope. I've got a memo here. I got a little memo I would like to read to our citizens. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's what this is based around. The city of St. Helens is committed to the principle of fairness, dignity, and acceptance of all community members. This was affirmed by Resolution 1842 on April 3rd, 2019. As the City Council, we were committed to promoting a peaceful discourse and rejecting the politics of division and isolation that fan anger and hate against a person or group. In this time of upheaval and uncertainty, we recognize that we have more work to do. We embrace the diversity of our community and welcome people of all backgrounds, regardless of race, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, ability, or other individual identities. We strive for equity to ensure that everyone has access to the same opportunities. We acknowledge that everyone does not start from an equal place, and that we can take steps to address unique and equal access. Our actions will be inclusive, meaning that people with different identities are valued, invited, and welcome to participate. The City of St. Helens recognizes that people of color and other communities have been historically marginalized, both intentionally and unintentionally, by the institutions that govern our lives and are organized to protect health, safety, and well-being. We commit to enhanced training for staff, council, and volunteers. We commit to evaluating the current structure and function of our city government and taking local action that promotes equity. The City of St. Helens works for the benefit of all. In our vision, to provide quality, effective, and efficient services to our community's mission. Develop and preserve the highest possible quality of life for residents, business, and visitors. Provide a safe and health environment within a sound economic framework. And provide leadership which is open and responsive to the needs of the community and works for the benefit of all. So I just want to say that, the city council and staff is working. We know we have work to do. There's no doubt about that, but we started actually with training and adopting a resolution quite some time ago. And it's always good to have public input and kind of just know that we were doing the right thing and that we do have a lot of work to do, and we know that, and we're committed to it. So I just wanted to put that out there, Jenny. So our resolution does cover all pretty much what is going on in the world that we did back on April 3rd, 2019. I'm not trying to pat ourselves on the back. We recognized it. So we adopted that resolution, and that was this entire council. That was everybody voted yay on that. So yeah, we got a lot going on as a city. The city is moving forward. We are, in the process of. We had an urban renewal meeting prior to this, just looking at those areas, which is most of our city, our thoroughfares. Been talking about the waterfront, strategic planning down there, designing parks and docks, and also putting in infrastructure in order to start moving on that property. We as a city council decided, we're not going to let COVID slow us down. We're not going to also stop just because maybe grants are not being approved that we were hoping for. We're looking at options A and B still, and that staff is doing a phenomenal job. I can tell the citizens that John Walsh has got a vision, and we've got a good staff below him that understands our city. And the key is to grow, because we're going to grow no matter what, but to have that balance of keeping that small town feel with also the infrastructure in place in order to grow. So yeah, I'm encouraged. I mean, just things are looking up. I mean, it's when you get lemons, you make lemonade, right? And we're not afraid of work, and we're moving forward. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and again, I want to also reiterate that Councilor Morton wanted to be here but couldn't be here. And expresses the same feeling on the resolution, because he did want made a motion for it. And I checked with him prior to reading this, and he liked it. So with that, I'm going to call on Councilor Locke.
I just want to say thanks to the community for being so supportive of our new police station. Can't wait to get things undergo and get that thing built. They deserve one.
Yes.
That's all
Yes,
I got.
they do. Yes, they do. All right. Councilor Carlson?
I wanted to put a shout out to thanks to Officer Coy for 5 years of service, being an excellent example of somebody that cares about this community. I wanted to follow up. The Youth Council has been doing some service projects this summer. We continue to work with Thad in the Parks Department and with Shauna in the Recreation Department on things that keep the kids engaged because they're missing that connection. All their sports and activities were canceled, but by doing activities outside, we're able to be COVID compliant and get the kids to at least have some connection. And just, just that mental health maintenance that everybody is so important. They're really enjoying doing projects. They're looking forward to doing, years ago, there was a birdhouse project done by Boy Scouts. And we're going to be doing some Boy Scouts, not Boy Scouts, but some birdhouses to make in the park with the kids and donate those back to the Parks Department, because they've done this years ago and they've, birdhouses don't last forever. So we're going to make some more. I'm doing some service stuff. I look forward to moving forward on the inclusion and equity plan and setting an example to other businesses and other community members about we have a lot of people being left on the sidelines in our community that needs to be invited to participate. And I look forward to seeing those updates and participating in that conversation going forward. And one of my youth counselors that is mobility impaired was going to call in today and was unable to. I just wanted to report this. I know it's up to property owners to maintain the sidewalk in front of their home, but we have made a big deal about safe routes to school, and he was unable to use the sidewalk from McBride to Dutch Brothers. He said, because I play basketball in my wheelchair, I was able to navigate the holes and all the missing portions. But he goes, if someone were a regular wheelchair or power chair, they could have killed themselves on that sidewalk. He said it's bad. And so I think maybe we need to just like, at least in town, be kind of doing little spot checks and audits and see. And I know that Public Works has reported before that we've had some projects where we've kind of done some rehab work and kind of gone out and looked at different sections that had failed over time. And I know we've done that in the past, and I know they've done that on Columbia Boulevard a few years ago when we did some stuff. But it's like, as we're doing the one in front of the high school and we're doing the other one that does Columbia Boulevard to connect to McBride, I don't want to forget the rest of that road and make sure that we're following up on that. And since Liam was unable to dial in, I just wanted to pass on that feedback that he gave to me at our meeting this week.
Nice.
And that's all I have.
Okay. Councilor Topaz.
A couple of things. I've gotten some interesting questions about street closure last week with not a whole lot of people knowing it was going to happen. That seemed to irritate a lot of people downtown. The food bank has got food. They've got a lot of need, but they still have food. So let's pass the word to those people. We're feeding 500 people a day for lunches for students. The other question I have has to do with the marijuana place, and they took possession of that and started repairing it in June of 2017. And according to their pay schedule of so many $1,000 a month after 10 months, they owe us basically $515,000. How much we collected, and does that affect this urban renewal project that they haven't been paying their rent, if they haven't been paying their rent? The other thing is, do they have insurance on liability, and do they have workers' compensation? Because if that's some of our property, those are two pieces of insurance problems that could really come down on us.
They do, yes.
I don't know if we have it or not, so that was the question.
Okay,
That's it.
all right. Any other business before I adjourn? Okay, you all have a good night. We are adjourned.